How amazing was Dave Worley? Oh my God, I'm so glad my team were here to see that. This business really is 90% mindset and 10% skill, and he absolutely rocked it. So yes, I'm here to talk about the comp plan today. It's not the most exciting of topics, but I will try to jazz it up for you. I might do a little dance, can't promise. But it is a very, very important topic because the comp plan, it's going to help you plan your way to black, but not only that, it's going to help you grow your business. Because the first question we get asked by ladies who want to join is, how do we get paid? And being able to explain the comp plan in really simple terms is an extremely useful skill to learn. So when I started, there wasn't really a resource that explained it in a way that I could understand it. And I would have killed for something like this. So I'm sharing it with you today because I really believe that everyone in this room can take something from it. Whether you're new and you need an explanation of how we get paid and how we progress, or if you've been with us for a long time, look at it from a training point of view, because this is how I train my team on the comp plan. And to that end, I actually have a video on my YouTube, and you are all very welcome to share it with your teams, share it with your prospective ladies, and it explains everything they need to know. I'm going to make it a little bit more exciting. I've got spot prizes to give away. Woohoo! So I'm going to be asking random questions. We've got people who will run around with microphones, people who will run around with prizes. So the first person to answer my questions correctly will get a little surprise. So let's get started. So as you all know, our comp plan is made up of 8 different colors, which make up the 4 levels. We've got our beautiful white and yellows, which make up our entry-level presenters. We've got our pinks and blues, which make up the exemplary levels. Now, the sweet spot in our company, green and orange, is where the fun really starts, and that's when you become an elite leader. And then sitting pretty at the top of the company, we've got our purple and black exclusive leaders. Now, when you join Unique, you're given 2 charts to refer to. This was my first stumbling block, because I actually thought there was one, because they look really similar. True story. But there's 2. You've got the requirements, what you need to do to hit each level. And then you've got the second chart, which is the royalties, which shows you exactly how you get paid once you've hit each of those statuses. So before I take you on a walkthrough of the comp plan, I'm going to take care of some housekeeping and just go through some of the basic definitions that you will come across when dealing with the compensation plan. So first of all, we've got PRS, which stands for personal retail sales, and that's the amount that a presenter sells in a current month. Our comp plan is based on a point system where 1 point equals $1, and that's to keep it fair across all markets so that everybody sells the same amount of units. Then you've got your company. That is a presenter and her entire downline, or his. Now, the circle. That's what trips people up usually. So my first spot prize is going to go to the first person who can give me the correct definition of what the circle consists of. So can I see, who's feeling brave? Okay, ooh. Okay, we've got a lady over here with her hand up. Keep your hand up. Oh, it was over. Put your hand up again. Hey.
And now I'm doubting myself. Is it your circle without elites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone else in your
It's
downline.
your circle. So prize for that lovely lady. So your circle, it is your entire downline, excluding any green elite or above leaders and their entire downline. I will come on to this in more detail in a bit. You've got your wholesale sales, which is the amount of sales that your entire downline has sold, minus the 25% that's taken off the commission you've already been paid on. So when you're working out what your company wholesales are, you need to bear in mind that it's 75% of your team's overall PRS. A qualified first-level presenter is anyone who you have personally enrolled into the business who sold a minimum of $125. And then your lifetime sales is the amount that a presenter sold over her entire lifetime. So now that is housekeeping taken care of, I am going to walk you through the colors. So when you join, you will be given your white status charm with the kit. But to qualify as a white status presenter, you need to sell $125 in PRS, which is the equivalent of 4.5 mascaras. So my next spot prize is going to go to anybody who can tell me how you work out your mascara math. Any hands? Okay, we've got a hand up over here.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so mascara maths. So again, you're working it in pounds and dollars. So you've got £23 is $29. So for example, if you wanted to work out, we'll round it up to 5, you'd say times 23 by 5 would give you obviously your total amount you'd need in pounds. But then you obviously need to turn it into dollars. So you'd, hold on, let me think. 23 divide.
How would you figure out how many mascaras you need to sell to hit your PRS?
Sorry, say that again.
How would you figure out how many mascaras you need to sell to
Okay, so
achieve
if
your
you've got
PRS?
your 125 divided by 29 times by 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, got there in the end.
So your mascara is worth 29 PRS points. So if you want to figure out how many mascaras you need to sell to hit a PRS, you would divide your PRS by 29. And that would give you the amount of mascaras. So when you're white status, you earn 20% within 3 hours of a sale on your PRS straight into your Pay Quicker account. And you're paid this even if it's for products for your own use. We then have our yellow status presenters. So to hit yellow, a presenter needs to sell $1,000 worth of PRS over her entire lifetime. This doesn't recess at the end of each month. And the $125 that you need for white does contribute to that. And then at yellow, you get that permanent pay rise to 25%. And that never goes down. So that's the minimum that you will ever be paid from then on. Again, it's within 3 hours of a sale. So our pink status ladies, it's the very first status that requires you to build a team. So for pink status, you need to sell $250 in PRS, which is the equivalent of 9 mascaras. You need one lady on your team who then needs to place an order of $125. So one personally enrolled lady to qualify white. And then between you and that lady, or between you and your team, you need to sell 2,000 in company wholesales. So that 2,000 is your entire downline. So you're only required to recruit one lady to hit pink, but there's no reason to stop there, because obviously the more ladies you have on your team, the easier that's going to be to achieve. And if that lady then builds a team of her own, that all contributes to that 2,000. So the company wholesales figure is not as overwhelming as it seems at first. At pink, you're paid 25% again within 3 hours of a sale. And then you get a monthly salary as well. You're paid 3% on the 8th of each month. Blue status, you need to sell $250 in PRS. This time you need 2 qualified ladies on your team, so 2 ladies that you've personally enrolled who've sold a minimum of $125. And then between you and them, you need to sell $4,000. Are you still with me? It's time to do a dance yet. Okay, so at blue, you're paid 25% on your PRS. And now your circle goes up to 4% on the 8th of each month. Now the fun really starts. So now we are green elite status, the sweet spot in our company. For green, you have to sell $500 in PRS It never goes above this. Even when you're black, that's the maximum that you ever have to sell. And by now, you're building that customer base. If your customer service is good, you're getting return customers. And you should be getting more and more confident at doing online parties and house parties. So by this stage, that's very achievable. You need 3 qualified ladies in your team, so ladies that you've personally enrolled. By now, they're going to be building teams of their own. They're going to be reaching their promotions, and they will have their own downlines. And between you and your entire downline, you need to do company wholesales of $10,000. Now, for green, obviously you don't need a green in your team, but what if one lady is excelling? What if you have an absolute rock star on your team who is also aiming for green? Let's say this lady on the end here. When she goes green, she's no longer in your circle. She is now your first generation. So you take her out of your circle. You have to do circle sales with your remaining ladies of $2,000 so that you can also hit your green promotion. That's the circle. That's what confuses most people. Okay, at green, you are paid 30% on your PRS. You're paid 25% within 3 hours of a sale, and the final 5% is paid on the 8th of each month, with your 5% on your circle, and your 3% on your first generation green if you did get one. Now for orange, again, $500 in PRS, 3 ladies to qualify in your team. You need to do 20,000 with you and your entire downline, and this time you do need 1 green elite. You do need 1 green elite to go orange. When you take her out of your circle, you need a further $4,000 just in circle sales so that you can hit your orange promotion. At orange, you are paid 30% within 3 hours of a sale, that 25%, 5% on the 8th of each month, along with the 5% on your circle sales, 3% on your first generation green, and if she has a green of her own, you're paid 4% on that green. Okay, purple, our first exclusive rank. You need to sell $500 in PRS. You need 4 qualified ladies on your team, 40,000 in company wholesale sales. And this time, 2 green elites on your team. To hit purple, you need those 2 elites. You take them out of the circle, they're now your first gen, and you need to do 6,000. Memory block then. 6,000 in circle sales. Purple, you're paid 30% on your PRS. Now you're paid a whopping 6% on your circle, which is massive. You're paid 3% on your first generation green. And if she has a green of her own, you're paid 4%. Now, the ultimate rank in our company, black status. So for black status, you need $500 in PRS. You need, again, 4 qualified ladies on your team who've sold a minimum of $125. By now, it's safe to say you're going to have a lot more than 4 ladies on your team, and they're all going to be building teams of their own. So between you and everyone in your downline, you need to do $80,000. But now you need 4 green elites, 4 leaders in your team to go black. And when they're taken out of your circle, you need to do $10,000 with your remaining team so that you can hit that black rank. So black is very similar to purple, with one exception. So you're paid 30% on your PRS. You're paid 6% on your circle. You're paid 3% on your first gen, 4% on your second, but now you gain access to your third generation, and that's 5% on your third gen, which is huge. If you think about how a family tree looks like, you would much rather be paid 5% on your grandchildren than 5% on your children. Okay, so there's one question I always get asked by my team, and that's why you don't get commission on the full £23 of a mascara. And so I'm going to answer that for you today. So in the UK, we do have the VAT on our display pricing. And so that's what corporate do for us, because that's how we're used to seeing it. But in other markets, they don't actually have the VAT on the display pricing. It's added at the till. But it doesn't matter what market you're in. It doesn't matter what you're used to seeing. You only get paid on the product minus the sales tax, because that goes to the tax man. So a mascara is £23. 20% of that goes to HMRC. So Unique actually gets £19.17 on the cost of a mascara, and that is what we get the 20% commission on. So 20% at white, £3.83, 25% at yellow, pink, and blue is £4.79. Now, the peg rate. My next spot prize is going to go to anyone who can tell me what the peg rate is in the UK. That was the first hand I saw. Lady in the green top.
Times 0.65.
Amazing. Yep, 0.65. And anyone who thinks I'm speaking a foreign language, which is probably most people because I didn't understand this at first, basically we have a fixed exchange rate, which is also known as the peg rate, because the exchange rate will fluctuate throughout the year based on many different factors. So what a lot of companies do is they choose one fixed exchange rate at the beginning of the year, and that is the exchange rate they use, and it creates a stable marketplace across all different markets that you're operating in, and it makes it a lot easier to calculate your commissions, no matter what country you're in. So our peg rate is 0.65, and you need to know this to calculate your commission. So the formula, you might want to take a photo of the screen. The formula to work out your commission is the amount of royalty points multiplied by 0.65, which is our peg rate, multiplied by the royalty percentage of that color status. So the example I've given, again, mascara, 29 royalty points for a mascara. If you want the royalty points, you work out what the dollars are. Multiplied by 0.65, multiplied by 0.20, which is the 20% that you get at white, and that will give you the overall price of a mascara, the commission you get on a mascara. Okay, and finally, unless you've been living in a cave for the past 2 months, you will know about the Elite Consistency bonus, right? It is an amazing addition to the comp plan, and it's an addition, it's not a requirement. Derek and Melanie have added this to reward our elite status presenters for maintaining their rank. You do not need to do anything extra, you just need to maintain what you've already built. It's awesome. So my next spot prize is going to go to anybody who can tell me what you earn in bonus. Oh, we have a me. I'm going to make you run. Who shouted me? Me.
$250.
Woohoo! Well done, that lady. Fantastic. Yeah, it's $250 or £160 per colour. So this is paid for every single month that you maintain for a total of 4 months. So the total that you can earn is $1,000 per colour or £640. Not only that, But if you jump to orange while you're still in your consistency period for green, then you will get double whammy. You will get the bonus on both statuses. So that's a total of $2,000 or £1,280 over the course of 4 months. So this is an amazing perk. It's an absolutely amazing perk, and you should all be really excited about this. Even if you're just starting out, if you're white, yellow, pink, or blue, you should be just as excited as our greens and above, because this is an amazing incentive to get to green. It's a lot extra in your paycheck, and it's going for the rest of the year, so let's get cracking on that. So yeah, that's the comp plan. It's not the most exciting, but it's really, really important to get to know well, because it makes up the skeleton of what we're talking about today, and everyone else is going to give you the flesh and the muscle to put on that to help you to hit those statuses and to work your way up that plan. Thank you.